Alice driving baseline. What a dive!
Wickham, how sweet was that? Step back three,
Wow.
Taylor George. She's got a flamethrower at the moment.
Shelley with a big triple.
It was acrobatic, it was impressive, it was Steph Talbot.
Jade Bell with the lefty lay-in. Capitals continue to roll. Perth have been unconscious from three. Alice Cooney connects.
She's pumped up and so she should be.
The final round of the Signet WNBL regular season continues in the Harbour City with the Sydney Flames hosting the Southside Flyers. The Flames are finals bound, but fair to say they're limping to the line with more key players ruled out injured. We'll bring you that news shortly. That opens the door for the Flyers to finish their tough 2025 on a high with a second straight win, although that won't be an easy task with several key Southside players also sidelined. It all points to a battle of attrition at the Quaycentre across the next 2 hours. Hello and welcome wherever you're watching. Ben Waterworth with you alongside WNBL champ and Opal star Tessa Lavey. 3 games to go, Tessa, in this regular season. We're catching our breath just after that last game where Jade Melbourne led the Caps to victory over the Bendigo Spirit, but big night for the Sydney Flames, and it's a small huddle as well for the Southside Flyers.
Yeah, hi Ben, and thank you. Very excited for tonight's match. It's going to be an interesting one. Sydney locked into finals, and the Flyers, their season hasn't gone exactly how they wanted to, but it's an opportunity to finish it the way they want to. So I'm excited to see that.
From a Sydney Flames perspective, as you mentioned, they're finals bound. They're locked in a 4th spot with a win over the Caps. They had a bit of a touch-up, to say the least, from the Townsville Fire the other night as well. They've been ravaged by injury right throughout this season. Guy Malloy even said he was gobsmacked that they were able to make the top 4 in the end. But this team is just full of fight and determination.
Yeah, they are, and I think that's the calibre of players that they have on their list, They're players that just want to compete, and that's what you see every single game. So Izzy Brandt-Canizato had a really great game last game, so I'm excited to see what they can all do tonight.
From a Sydney Flames perspective, we'll bring you their team news now. So they're without Kayla George tonight due to a foot injury. Celeste Taylor for the rest of the season, their star input due to a foot injury as well. And that's also without Emma Clark and Michaela Roof for most of this season. You mentioned Isa Brandt-Canizato in particular. What an unbelievable game she played last week to help secure that final spot for the Sydney Flames. She had the 26 points, including 8 triples, 7 rebounds, 4 steals. I've said it all year. She looks like the kind of player that you just want to play alongside.
Oh, absolutely. I've only had the opportunity to sort of play against Isa, but she is just a competitor. She goes after it defensively, and that sort of brings in her offensive game. So it just shows that there's so much talent in this league, and if they get opportunity, you can do anything, and that's what Brank has sort of done, and she's bought it, and I'm excited to see what she can do again tonight.
Yeah, there it is, 11 of 16 from the 3-point line over the past few games for the Sydney Flames. She's really stepped up. She'll have to step up again as we have a look at the Southside Flyers as well. And I suppose the bright spot for them has been Manuela Potch in recent times. She has been outstanding for the Southside Flyers. But how good was it to see them get the win last week? Broke a losing streak, getting that win over Adelaide, able to just finish on the right note.
Yeah, I think that's the key, what they're looking for now. That season's a long season, and you want to go out the right way, so you're going to try and play some really good basketball. And the Flyers have just been so unlucky this season with their injuries, but you can tell they want to play the right way, and Christy Harrow has got them doing that at the moment. And yeah, they got a good win last week, and I think they'll be really competitive tonight. That's
the bench right there, and you can see Tara Reid is not out there. She's got a thumb injury, got a little cast on her right thumb, so she'll have to support from the sidelines, and it means probably more minutes again coming up for Manuela Potch, who has been a real shining light, a real find in the back half of this season. She's stepped up with aplomb.
Yeah, I love that. Potch has really taken these opportunities and really run with it. So if she can be really aggressive tonight and just take the shots she knows she can make, I think she'll make a real impact tonight.
So Potch averaging the 13 points and 7 rebounds from her past 3 games. Guy Malloy, what a significant night it is for Guy Malloy, coaching his 350th WNBL game, his 15th season as a coach in the league. A stint that began, started all the way back in 1989. He had 9 seasons at the Melbourne Boomers, led the Boomers to that famous championship a couple of seasons ago. What an ornament he's been to this league, and so passionate about basketball in this country.
Yeah, Guy's someone that you want to be coached by. He's always going to get the best out of his team, no matter what players are on the floor. So I'm really excited, and congratulations to him on his 350th game tonight.
Underway here at the Quaycentre, Flames and the Fires. And it is a different looking starting 5 for both teams tonight. We'll go on to work on that quickly as Swain misses the first shot. Fresh 14 seconds provided there by Morris, but it goes out of bounds. So Morris getting the start tonight. Also getting her first WNBL start is Bonnie Dees for the Flames, whereas for the Flyers, Nikita Young gets her first ever WNBL start. There she is, the number 3, having an early touch at the Spalding, along with Lockridge, Roxy Ernst, and Naz Hillmont, who has been awesome. Now, there's an offensive foul. I thought it was an offensive foul. It was Hillmont sort of setting the screen, but it was Morris, rather. It was over Rochi, so first foul of the game. Third time these two teams have met this season, a win each for both teams. Carly Ernst doing what she does best from three-point land.
Love seeing Carly be super aggressive, and that'll be tonight's game. All of these players on the floor, they're going to have to take their shots when they're there.
Many memories from Dandenong Rangers days of Tessa Lavey kicking it out to Carly Ernst for the 3.
Carly and I played together for a long, long time in the WNBL, and yeah, she's one of my best friends, so I'm really proud of her and what she's done, and she's got a little family now as well, Kylan, so she's doing good things.
Lovely pick and roll by the Flames, and then at the other end, Hillmont able to respond for the Flyers.
The Super Bowl was on Monday. I think there was a bit of Super Bowl action there, a bit of touchdown.
And was there at the right time. So good start for the Flyers. 5-2 early stages lead here. Tapia stepped out of bounds. And number 11 this season for Talia Tapia. 3 times she's hit 10 or more points. Lob pass there from Rochi is directed. So different looking starting 5 for the Southside Flyers. Alice Kunek has joined a team in China on a short-term overseas contract. As we mentioned, Tara Reid is also out today, and Taya Burrows has also gone in for season-ending surgery. So just 3 players named on the bench for the travelling Southside Flyers. Another pick and roll, and Morris is on the other end of it. She's got 2 early field goals.
That was a beautiful pass, beautiful catch by Morris.
Rochi for Hillman, for Rochi, who loves a 3-point attempt. Can't get that one to go. Early rebound for Tapia. Another opportunity to see Shanice Swain in action. She'll be wanting to make amends for that game against Townsville on Wednesday night where she went scoreless. Again, looking for the pick and roll with Morris. That looks like they're going to try and stretch the Flyers there, Tessa.
Yeah, I think a lot of on-ball action, especially with Swain. She's so creative with the ball. So I'll see they'll do that all night if they can. If they keep scoring for it, why not?
So we'll start for Bonnie Dees. Here's Brancatisano. Good D in the end on Ernst. And then Dees gets that one to drop. Getting the start and an early bucket for Bonnie Dees.
I've had a little bit of contact with Bonnie Dees. She played out at Frankston for a little while I was out there at the NBL 1. So, yeah, she's just someone that does hard work defensively, but then offensively she's super explosive, can get to the rim really quick, and she finishes really well too.
What a pass from Swain. Flicked it all the way out to Brancatisano. Couldn't quite hit from the corner. As we've mentioned, she's been in hot 3-point shooting form the last couple of games. Hillmont steps back and can't hit that one. 6-5 lead here for the Flames, who are finals bound. Oh, Tapia wasn't expecting it. They have been ravaged by injury all season, and a couple of late blows. Good footwork from Dees on Naz Hillmont, if you don't mind.
She's not afraid to take them on. I love that.
Averaging the 4 points per game this season. She already has 4 points in 4 minutes. Her first WNBL start. Lockridge trying to lob it in for Hillman, but they were onto that one, the Sydney Flames. Force the turnover. And a 6-zip run here. Swain goes to work. Kicks it out for Tapia, who's deadly from that range. And Christy Harrower has seen enough. Timeout called. A 9-zip run by the Sydney Flames. And they found their groove early stages of this contest. First timeout of the game. It's all thanks to Signet. Stay powered with Signet, Australia's favourite power bank brand. Keep your devices charged and never miss a moment. Visit signet.com to find your perfect power bank. Put us into the mind, I suppose, of a senior player at the Flyers, like a Maddie Rocci, a Carly Ernst, when, you know, it's been a tough season. A couple of players are out due to injury. You lose Alice Kunek going to China. You're travelling with only 8 players to choose from tonight. How tough is that from a Southside perspective?
To be honest, I don't know, because, you know, you just never know when one of these games could be your last. So
yeah,
for me, as an older player, it'd just be instilling that intensity and effort into the younger players and making sure that they realise there's so much to play for in this game. And I think Christy will get that across the line to this group as well. And they have some really great leaders still out there, Rocci, Ernst, and Hillman as well. So there's plenty there. But I think it's just important to know that you've got to play the right way. And this is an opportunity to do that, so why not show that?
There is Carly Ernst on screen, her 15th WNBL season, 6 with the Flyers. Debuted as a 15-year-old. And she's actually playing game number 299 tonight. So she'll have to wait until next season to bring up the 300 milestone. That's a bad pass off the inbounds there from Young.
I'm really excited to see this matchup, to be honest. Isa Brancantezano is playing on Rocci, and Isa's known for her defense. All the times I've played against her, she just gets after it, and she's super annoying. And I can say that because we're friends, so it's okay. But she's very good at defensively, so she'll try and make a few disruptions there.
Swain stepped out of bounds as well, so you would have played against Isa on the basketball court, and you would have played with her sister on the footy field.
Yes, you're right. I was lucky enough at Richmond to play with Mads, so she's now up at the Gold Coast. But yeah, come across the Brancantezano family a little bit in my time.
Young. Rocci with 9 to shoot. Works her way inside. Ball came before the shot. So, sideline ball here. So Brancantezano called for the foul. And then just before Rocci started her drive. Ernst trying to lob it in for Hillman, who trying to bank it in, couldn't get it to go, but second chance drops for Naz Hillman.
That's something I think the Flyers should get to a little bit more. Their advantage is clearly the height, so Hillman and Ernst should try and get to the rim and deep and then make a move.
Stepping out of bounds early stages in this one. Naz Hillman to the 4 points. As Brancantezano hits the floor. A whistle on the play. Yeah, there is a whistle. There's an offensive foul called. I think it's against Carly Ernst, who's arguing her case. There's a look on replay. There's Brancantezano just beforehand. And Tapia was the one who took the contact. Swain got rid of Young illegally. offensive foul. It's a lot of early whistles in this contest. Peter Young in game number 8 in the WNBL, her first start. Her second season with the Flyers. Great to have your company on 9 now, wherever you're watching WNBL action on a Saturday night. That's a foul on D's. The Flames are in the bonus here.
Flames in the foul, number 22, Lonnie D's her first. Foul Flyers 1.
The Flyers will head to the free throw line. It'll be Maddie Rocci heading to the free throw line as a 73% free throw shooter, rather. 13 points per game she's averaged this year, and in her previous 2 outings against the Flames, 15 points and 19 points. It's no mistake. So it was a timely timeout by Christy Harrower. The Flyers have settled since that timeout. Rocci almost forcing another turnover as Yamai Mice gets ready to check back in. Carla Pittman's also stepped in for the Sydney Flames. Morris. Pittman. Well, Rocci read that superbly. And on the fast break, lays it in for 2. And now Guy Malloy's seen enough. Nice run from the Flyers. They level things up at 11 apiece.
Really love that by Rocci, trying to get aggressive, put a little spark in her team and get the team going defensively.
Make sure you're following all the live stats of today's game in the free WNBL app. You can also check out game highlights, team info and player info, and much more. Download it now in the App Store today. That's a great example, Tessa. Christy Harrower calls a timeout, an opportunity to reset. The Flames really found their groove and able to hit back the Southside Flyers. A couple of stops, and that's all you do. That's all you need.
Absolutely, I think she did a really good job of reading that momentum and realising that her team needed that moment to settle and get back on track. So they were early on, sort of just rushing it a little bit. Felt like they were forcing a lot of that basketball, but yeah, they've really settled and they're just taking what's open at the moment.
You see Beck Cole to the left of your shot just then as well, the captain out for the rest of the season with a hamstring injury. Nikki Vaughan, also their import out for the season through injury. Goes on top of Taya Burrows, Tara Reid today, and there's Kunek joining Chinese team for a short-term contract. There's Kayla George, their inspirational captain. She's going to be sitting down next to Emma Clark and then Celeste Taylor as well. Gosh, wouldn't the Flames love all of those 3 players out there, but Clark missing for the rest of the season. Looks like Celeste Taylor announced today missing for the rest of the season. Another turnover by the Sydney Flames here. Young for Ernst, who's left wide open. And they get away with one there, Sydney.
Yeah, it's a bit unbelievable. Both of these teams have been so unlucky with the injuries, but that just gives opportunity to other players, and I love seeing that. Swain is just taking the game on at the moment. Amazing, nice move, little spin.
First points of the game for Shanice Swain. A good confidence booster for her after a quiet night against Townsville. Hillman pulls the trigger on a 3 attempt. Didn't look great off the hand. And Rocci couldn't quite get a second chance to go. 3.5 left to play in the opening quarter. Swain goes to work. Stepping back, if you don't mind. And good hustle there from Tapai to keep it alive. Dees. Back out for Swain. Didn't hit the rim on the second attempt, so 5 to shoot here for Swain, who gets the screen from Morris and hits it all nylon from deep.
Oh, that was a big shot. And over Carly. Carly's 6'5".
Rocci drives aggressively at the other end. Couldn't get the quick response. Pittman playing a lot of minutes in the last 4 games for the Flames. A lot of contact in there, no whistle. So Pittman steps inside, then goes out for Dees. The bench was up, waiting for Bonnie Dees. That one didn't drop though. Lockridge, lovely little hesitation, then drive inside to earn 2 free throws. And what an opportunity it has been for Dallas Lockridge this season. Her 3rd WNBL season with Southside. And that she's played all 20 games. In fact, she's the only player to play all 20 games for the Southside Flyers. Averaged the 11 points per game. The last 2, 21 against Bendigo, 15 against Adelaide. She's one of the most impressive young talents in the WNBL, Tessa.
Yeah, she really is. I was lucky enough to have a little bit of time with her at Dandenong. She came across as a junior, just as a development player, and even then when she was super young, she's just so competitive. Her instincts are really great for the game of basketball, and she reads the game really well as a point guard, and that's half the luck as a point guard, trying to read the game, the tempo, and she's so tough.
Yep.
Just physically tough. So yeah, I'm excited to see what she can get done in her career.
Still only 21 years of age as well. Represented Victoria and Australia. Swain will step off the floor. Played just over 10 minutes against the Flames. Malloy insisted post-game that there was no injury concerns, just was playing poorly. Rochi almost travelled there. Good defence from Dees. Dees fence, if you don't mind. Here is Tapia for Dees. Morris wants it. One-on-one with Hillman. Tapia gets the screen, goes for 3. It's a beautiful stroke.
Isn't it just? She is lethal from that range. You've got to get over, force her downhill as much as possible.
Second triple for Talia Tapia. Dees almost stole it. Rochi. Rock on the floor. Potch backing down. Great move.
Really love that. They got to the mismatch there with Potch on the inside, and she finished. Really nice move.
Averaging 13 points across their last 3 games. Only finished year 12 months ago. Manuela Potch, her first WNBL season, spent juggling studies, playing national championships, school championships, and then a contract with the Southside Flyers in the last three games. What a shining light she has been for the Flyers. She's guarding Pittman here. Kalea on the field. On the floor, rather, for the Flames. Tapia with a crossover. No look pass for Pittman. 2 to shoot. Pittman got it off in time and banked it in.
Nice move, didn't rush, just finished in her own time.
Watch, she gets the screen from Potch. Good defense from Kalea. Hillman this time connects from 3-point territory. There's a 3rd attempt from deep. Nars Hillman, ball in good hands here. Tapia running down the clock. Good switch on defense though, but Tapia takes on the defense, lays it in. She's a star. And she gets a much needed bucket for Sydney on the quarter time buzzer. The Flames 23, the Flyers 18 at the first change.
Sydney, I've heard you screaming, but I think you can be a little bit louder. I'm going to test that now with Signet. Power up the crowd. I have a couple of Flames fans here. We have Asher and Alan, daughter and dad. I'm going to see who's louder. Is it the adults and parents, or is it the kids? Alan, you're cheering for the parents. You're going to get them fired up. Then you can take a step forward, and we're all going to cheer if we're an adult or a parent with Alan. In 3,
Southside as well.
Both teams without key players tonight. No Kunek, no Reed for the Southside Flyers, no Taya Burrows, and then for the Flames, no Kayla George, no Taylor, no Clark, and of course no Roof. Young had a look from the charity stripe, couldn't get it to go. Tapia quick off the glass there. Again drives inside, pulls up from the free throw line, and she looks ominous early, Talia Tapia.
She's so smooth and so strong, so whatever you give Tapia, she's going to take it and probably score from it, to be honest. She's a very, very good player.
Potch sets the screen for Rock to go to work. Everyone liking pulling up from the free throw line at the start of this second quarter. Imogen Rock hitting the scoreboard. Her first field goal just then in the WNBL. Well done, Imogen Rock, and it took 13 attempts. I'm sure that would have been a bit of relief for that one to drop. And she's getting the ball back here for the Flyers.
I like that little mix-up from the Flyers. They went to a zone there just to keep the Flames on their toes.
Hillman then responds at the other end. She's got 9 points and causing some headaches deep. At the other end, Brian Catasano couldn't hit the three-pointer. Gives them a fresh 14 seconds. Tapia is fouled by Young.
And foul is on the Flyers, number 3, Nikita Young, are first. Teams first.
Let's look on replay. She does look on tonight. Talia Tapia potentially sensing an opportunity, certainly from a leadership perspective. No Kayla George out there, and of course no Taylor. Kalea, quick release there, and go. Potch down the rebound. Oh, what a block from Morris. Emphatic on the Lockridge three-point attempt, and Brand Catasano hits the lane. Big defensive play from Morris sets up the Brand Catasano bucket. Such length from Yamaya Morris. She can't get the block this time on Hillman, and a foul is called on Yamaya Morris, who timed that to perfection.
Wasn't that nice? And the follow-up as well.
Yeah. Nice little 1-2 though between Potch and Hillman.
Yeah.
Naz Hillman is at the line.
I like what the Southside are doing with that little back screen. Getting Hillman in a really good position, and normally it's really difficult for bigs to get through those back screens, so if the Flyers keep going back to that, Hillman could have a really big game tonight.
She's had a big year, Tessa.
Yeah,
she's had 10 plus with those free throws. She's now had 10 or more points in every game that she's played. A picture of consistency. What a pickup she's been for the Flyers in a tough season. Three-point shot misses. Dees comes through, kicks it out for Pittman, for Swain, who missed the three-pointer in the initial instance. She gets the lucky roll for 2 points. Up to 7 points, Shanice Swain. Potch, great offensive rebound, and the second chance points.
Nice, strong move.
4 points for Manuela Potch. Swain steps back with confidence. Can't get it to go, but they are cleaning up on the offensive glass in this second quarter, the Flames. Swain goes to work again, closely guarded by Lockridge. Pittman turns around, didn't hit the ring, so it's a shot clock violation. Carla Pittman, considering the injuries, played a lot in the 5 the other night. That was just the nature of it. She said post-game it was a different experience, to say the least, but she's been a real player off the bench this season for the Sydney Flames. Young. Potch wants it. Nice defense there from Tapia to knock it out of bounds. Manny Potch in the past 3 games, averaging the 13 points, 6 rebounds, but 50% percentage from three-point land as well. She can shoot it from deep. Setting the screen here for Rochi. And Hillman. Nice defense from the Flames. Turnover created. Swain and Tapia looking ominous from three-point territory. Bullet pass inside, and Pittman, well, did all the hard work. Delayed her shot superbly, just couldn't hit it. And then Young slips at the wrong time. Luckily she's straight back to her feet. Potch takes it on, kicks it out for Rock, who hits it.
Love that. All the young names coming together, making score.
And they've leveled up the scores here, the Flyers. Swain v. Rochi gets into the paint. Can't get that one to drop. Nice sort of fight back again from the Southside Flyers. They've been plucky all season, despite the win-loss ratio. Hillman screaming for it, sees the mismatch with Pittman, but Pittman was aware to it. That is awesome defense from Carla Pittman. A lob pass to Brand Catasano, didn't quite come off, bodies going everywhere. Sydney Flames with the basketball.
To say it has been a hectic last couple of minutes. Yeah.
Hasn't been smooth as such, but you can, a lot of players getting court time that might have got a lot of court time earlier on in the season. It's exciting to see for fans of both teams to see different players getting different looks.
Oh,
great
absolutely.
pick and roll. Swain to Morris.
Swain is so crafty when she has the ball in hand.
Rochi, oh, in the end is blocked by Morris. Get out of my house, says Yamaya.
I don't know how she got to that. It was like she was out of play. Here she comes.
Just
read the ball.
Again,
wow.
timing, yeah. All well and good to have the height, but all that timing in the end, and Morris paying off dividends there as Young, with the shot clock running down, took it on and was able to draw the foul.
Really nice by Young. She didn't just give it off and give it to a big or something in that situation. She took it on. She knew the shot clock was low, just was aggressive and got the foul called.
So Nikita Young at the charity stripe prior to the Mount Evelyn Meteors in the hills in the Dandenongs in the east of Melbourne.
Correction, the foul is Shanice Swain.
Third Mount Evelyn is a beautiful place in Melbourne.
Don't necessarily think you'd want to be there in the middle of July, though. It can be pretty chilly.
Right. Yep.
Carly Ernst and Christy Harrower. Opportunity, tough season though at the same time for Christy Harrower, her first WNBL season as a head coach, was an assistant coach at the Melbourne Boomers for a couple of seasons, Opal's assistant, but coming off an NBL 1 South season where she was named Coach of the Year at Keilor, and of course a superstar player back in the day. But fair to say a decent initiation for Christy Harrower in 24-25.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, you know, a lot of that's just come down to luck, to be honest. And who, at the start of the year, who would have thought that Flyers were going to have so many injury issues? And Christy Harrower, I've been lucky enough to play with her. She was practically the coach back then as well. So yeah. I have no doubt that she's going to make a really great career out of coaching in the WNBL because she's so talented and she just knows the game so well.
Great to have the thoughts of Tessa Lavey in our WNBL coverage. Dees driving the baseline inside for Morris, who took it on, and a lovely hook in for two. Going at 66% from the field this season, Yamaya Morris. Floating shot there from Young was well off target. Really does make the most of her minutes, Yamaya Morris. Only the 16 minutes, but does tend to make an impact. Swain missed it, and then Morris missed the offensive rebound. 3-on-1 here against Rochi, so she puts the brakes on. Hillman screaming for it, saw the mismatch. This time, Brancatisano didn't do anything about it.
I love what you said just before about Morris and maximising her minutes, because sometimes that's what it's all about. It doesn't really matter how many minutes you play, it's the impact that you make when you're out on the court. And for some young players, just to learn that early can be crucial for them in their career.
Brancatisano didn't put up the shot, so just 4 seconds here for Talia Tapai to work with. Pulls up, tough jump shot. And D's almost able to rip it away for an offensive rebound, but good strength by Rock. Ball with Maddie Rochi with 3 minutes and change left. Thought about the triple. Instead, Rock goes to work, kicks it out for Hillman, puts up the 3, and it drops, and the Southside Flyers reclaim the lead. Timeout called, and good signs for Christy Harrower's side, Tessa.
Yeah, really good signs. They're moving the ball well. They're not trying to force anything. Trusting their shots. Hillman is cash now from 3. She missed her first early 2, but she's made the last 2 in a row. So, yeah, good signs for the Flyers.
Calling all sports teams, say goodbye to travel headaches and hello to CTM Sport, who are 100% committed to delivering excellence in their field. Leave the logistics to the travel experts so your athletes can focus on what they do best. Learn more at ctmsport.com.au. So the Sydney Flames, with a trailing 33 to 35. They led by as much as 7 points during the early stages of the first quarter, but the Flyers have flipped the script since halfway through that first quarter, and Naz Hillman already has the 16 points. And that's what you want from your import, that consistency that she's brought at such a high level, that she stuck around and been a team player all the way throughout, certainly from the outside it seems, Tessa.
Yeah, she absolutely has. She's been so consistent, and you can tell she's a team player. She's smiling, she's wanting people to do well, she's communicating with her teammates, and she's been so consistent. You're so right with her stats, but I think just having her on the floor as well defensively, that helps, because you're so confident that she'll be there to help if you get beaten, you know.
Been a gun in the WNBA, 78 games in the last 2 seasons as well. Nice Hillman. Spin from Dees and draws the contact. That was aggressive from Bonnie Dees. I think she's really enjoying the starting opportunity. Wants to make the most and capitalise, Bonnie Dees.
Yeah, I think she's not taking a step back. She's super strong. You can tell she's been doing the work in her off-season and coming to Sydney ready to play and make an impact. So she should be really proud of herself for her first start, and yeah, she's playing really well.
Led Victoria under-20s to a gold medal and was tournament MVP, averaging the 21 points per game. She nails both free throws, Bonnie Dees. She's 13 of 14 across the season. No one came at Rochi, so she said, thanks, I'll lay that in. Great acceleration shown there from Maddie Rochi. 6 points for her. She's 2 of 7 from the field tonight. Good catch by Swain, but she's got 3 seconds to shoot from long range. Can't get that one to go. Hit the rim, so 14 seconds added to the shot clock here for Sydney. Good work by Dees off the glass. Swain again as the shot clock goes down. Steps back. Shanice Swain at her best.
What can you do in that situation? Such a tough shot. Such a good player.
Foul called on Dees as Shanice Swain moves into double figures. She has 10 points, the 16th time this season she's had 10 or more points. Great to see her get an opportunity with the LA Sparks and the WNBA upcoming. Quotes from her coach and management saying she is a scorer. We've seen her ability to score at WNBL level. That is exciting for Aussie Hoops to see what she can do in the States.
Absolutely. The amount of WNBL players and Aussies we have over in the States now playing is super exciting for Australian basketball in the league. So, yeah, I'm excited for her and that opportunity to get her over to the LA Sparks and see what she can do. You're right, she's a scorer, but I think she underestimates herself defensively as well with her length and her speed. I think that's something that, if she gets that right, I think that's pretty scary. She could defend and attack, and, you know, that's a complete basketball player.
A terrific season. Shanice Swain averaging the 17 points per game. Played all 21 matches, which is great after a couple of seasons with injury issues. Rochi didn't get it off in time. That's going to be a shot clock violation. A couple of shots there missing the ring. The Flames able to hit back off the timeout, holding a 38-37 lead. 16 of those 37 Flyers points coming by Naz Hillman, who's 6 of 10 from the field. Morris. Brancatisano catches, can't get it to go. Dee's great hustle. She's shown some great traits off the offensive glass. Swain gets the screen from Morris with Ernst in her face. No look pass for Brancatisano. Can't hit the three. Rochi, bullet-like pass for Young. Back for Rochi, left open for three. Can't get it to go. Good box out there from Hillman as Lockridge draws in the defense. Rochi for three. And again, a fresh 14 seconds. Brancatisano hits the floor, and Hillman underneath the rack can't get it to go. Fourth chance for the Flyers. A scrap for the Sporting. Southside still come up with it. 5 to shoot. Ernst. Oh, yes. Pure dogged determination from the Flyers, and Ernst rewards them with three.
Absolutely. They just did not let up, and they finally got there with Carl's hitting that three in the end.
Hasn't quite been Carly Ernst's season from three-point land, going at 23% this season. She is so deadly from beyond the arc if it clicks for her.
She really is. I think teams have to adjust to how they defend her, because you can't go under on anything. You can't sag off on a back screen. You have to be up and in.
Swain, long-range attempts. It was an early attempt in the shot clock. The Flyers regain the lead. Been a bit of an arm wrestle from a scoreboard perspective as we get a 1 second differential between the two clocks here, ticking towards half-time. Rochi gets the screen from Ernst. Lockridge draws in the defense. In and out it goes. 3 seconds to shoot. Was there a whistle before the shot? There wasn't. It is half-time. And what a first half performance from the undermanned Flyers. At half-time, it is the Flyers leading 40-38. Lots to like from both sides, who are both undermanned. We'll have half-time analysis with Tessa Lavey on the other side of this from the Keys.
Need the composure. Jackson blows the roof off. Wow, it's LJ the GOAT. There's Jackson again.
Well, that's something that they're going to have to take care of business.
Through every heartache, through every cheer, we won't give up till the final buzzer. We've never been more ready.
Need the composure. Jackson blows the roof off. Wow, it's LJ the GOAT. There's Jackson again.
Well, that's something that they're going to have to take care of business.
Through every heartache, through every cheer. We won't give up till the final buzzer. We've never been more ready.
Get closer to the game with the free WNBL app.
Clark with the N1.
Check out the fixture and grab your tickets.
What a finish to the third quarter.
Catch game highlights. Stay connected to your favourite player or team. And follow live game stats. Anytime, anywhere.
Cole cracks 2 more.
The WNBL app is where it's at. Download now.
Celebrating 50 years of sneakers?
What do you call a dinner that's ready in minutes and gone in seconds? A slam dunk. That's Latina fresh pasta. Tasty, fuss-free and Aussie-made. Latina. We got the weeknight.
Ford dealers have backed sport in communities for nearly 100 years. And now, from the Boomers and Opals to Aussie Hoops, your local Ford dealer is proud to support basketball. Because all dreams start somewhere.
Jones up against a me here, underneath and gets the bucket to go.
Sway nowhere to go. Great defense from the Caps as Deeble takes it away. Fast transition, Melbourne for a first bucket of the day.
Steps back again. Jazz Shelley feeling it. Step back three, she's doing it all.
Fowler working hard. Here goes Mansfield. Gets the call as well.
So smooth by Mansfield, just up and under, finish with a little lefty hook. That was nice.
Takes on the Adelaide defense, but it's a good win to the Lightning. They want to take it on with a fast transition. Talbot, unbelievable!
That is what you love to see. And that came from their defense. They got that steal and then alley-oop to Talbot. Love it.
a role she held until the end of the 2012-2013 campaign. As a manager, Jodie was part of the Flames championship teams of 1997 and 2000 to 2001. And over her career, Jodie also worked as the WNBL's competition administrator from 2001 to 2003 and had a further stint at Basketball Australia from 2008 to 2010 as an administrator for the Australian Junior Championships. Sydney, please join together in welcoming Basketball Hall of Famer Lorraine Landon to present Jodie with her award. Of the WNBL, and I'd like to thank Karen Dalton and Lorraine Landon for nominating me for this award, and for the WNBL for ratifying it. I am delighted to accept the award. It is a great achievement to receive the award tonight with my dad Ross and my sister Christine in the crowd. My family have made many sacrifices to support me in my early years. By moving me from Penrith to Bankstown, it was a pathway to the WNBL where I played my first game at 17. My family never missed a home game. I know Mum would have been proud. During my playing years at Bankstown and the Sydney Flames in the WNBL, I played with many great players and lifelong friendships were made. I really appreciate having some of those friends and teammates here tonight. Amanda Giles, Michelle Austin and Anna LaFleur. We played many years together and shared fond memories on and off the court, most particularly the 1993 championship. And thank you to my family, Adrian, Georgia and Chloe, who supported me while I took on the role of Sydney Flames manager for 14 years when the girls were very young. It allowed me to stay involved with the game and the Flames organisation. During this time, we opened our home to players who needed accommodation during the season. Linda Snell, Katie Ray Esri and Elise Einhunger. They became part of our family and our celebrations. It's been a wonderful experience to be part of the WNBL for all those years. I'd also like to congratulate John Davidson, who will be
the 2024-25 season. She has 16 points and 6 rebounds. She's played all 20 minutes so far for the Southside Flies. She's bringing another monster game.
She really is, and I think it's a credit to her and the way she goes about preparing herself for games. You know, she could have come in and sort of just had a rest for this game, but she's doing the right thing, she's playing the right way, so yeah, I'm excited to see what she can do. She keep going back to her. That's all I say.
You may notice today that players from both teams have a purple band around the top of their singlet. Now, this band is a powerful symbol of support for survivors of domestic violence. This season, the WNBL, its clubs, athletes and the Players Association have united to raise awareness around this critical issue. Enough is enough. A life free from violence is possible, and when everyone plays a role, real change happens. Learn how you can be part of the solution by visiting Full Stop Australia. Phone number, QR code on your screen right now. So less than 30 seconds before tip-off. Mela Potch and the Flyers about to go back out there. This has been the challenge for the Flyers. A lot of games I've seen the Flyers this year. They have a first half like that, but it's being able to maintain that intensity for the second half, and now they're undermanned as well. That's the challenge for the Flyers in this second half.
Yeah, I think it is, and I wonder if fatigue will come into this second half, but hopefully it doesn't, and hopefully it's a little bit of excitement that they can sort of push through to the last 20 minutes and go out on a high. That'd be really great for them.
Carly Ernst, screen. Not much differential in the stat sheet between the two sides. 43% the Flames from the field, 42% the Southside Flyers. Flames just have a few more offensive rebounds, which gives them the edge in the rebound count. Considering the personnel issues, we thought it was going to be a battle of attrition, and it's playing out that way across the first half. Pick and roll here with Swain and Morris. 7 to shoot. Turnover created by the Flyers. Hillman involved again, this time with Ernst. Young, guarded here by Swain. Ernst with Pittman in her face. Rochi with 4 to shoot. Has to make something happen. And she was hesitant to put it up with Yamaya Morris waiting to swat it away. That was probably enough to force the turnover. Dees can't hit the 3, and Morris can't grab the offensive rebound. Slight mismatch here down the floor. Right idea from Young to find Lockridge, didn't quite come off. Young instead pulls the trigger herself, well off target. Ernst gets the rebound, still didn't hit the ring. Now a defensive rebound by the Flames. Tapaya steps into the arc. Double team defense comes eventually from Young. Knocked away from Tapaya in the end. 10 seconds on the shot clock here for the Flames.
Like what I was seeing from the Flyers early on, they started in a little bit of zone. So if they keep mixing it up, I reckon that'll mess with the Flames here a little bit.
Tapaya can't hit the 3, and at speed, Rochi and Hillman. And Rochi, despite the fumble, still good enough to lay that in for 2. The Flyers lead by 4.
She was almost going too fast and left it behind then, but she got it done.
And the tempo she desired in the end. Pittman. The roll from Morris. Can't get the 2. And the cylinder with the Flyers there. Good defense from them. Rochi for Hillman. Little hand in there for Morris to force it out of bounds. The Flyers with a 42 to 38 lead. Both teams used just the 7 players so far in this first half. Lockridge over Morris. Couldn't get that one to go. And Dees brings down board number 7. Oh, and then great defense from Young. Stole it from Swain and laid it in for 2. What a confidence booster for Nikita Young.
Love what I've seen from her today. She just doesn't give up, plays the ball as it comes. So I'm excited to see what else she can do tonight.
And another turnover from Sydney. Rochi this time can't regain control. Goes out of bounds. But a timeout is called. A couple of sloppy turnovers from Sydney. The Flyers have pounced and they lead by 44 points to 38. Nikita Young with a lovely play at both ends of the floor.
Yeah, I think Sydney are just looking a little bit disconnected at the moment. Have came out a bit slow, but this time it'll be perfect for them to reconnect here.
Ford dealers are all about supporting the game here in Australia. From Ford Aussie Hoops to the WNBL. They've been backing Aussie sports and communities for nearly 100 years. So when you're ready to hit the court, your local Ford dealer is here to help you get to the game. So the turnover count is 12 to 9 in favour of the Sydney Flames. It's been the Achilles heel of Sydney right throughout the season on the floor. Injuries obviously haven't helped as well, but in game that has been a constant talking point amongst commentators for the Sydney Flames. And importantly, the Flyers, besides that last one from Maddie Rochi, are making it count at the other end of the floor tonight.
Yeah, they are. I think you hit the nail on the head there with the Sydney. They have had a couple of turnovers that have been a bit crucial, but if you're Sydney, you got to make this work.
Yep.
You don't know. You're going into finals, you know that. But you don't know who you're going to get back. So you got to try and make this work, look after the basketball. That's the key thing. And if not, try and articulate that to your teammates. Ask them to get in the right spots or move but yeah, make this work as much as possible.
Pittman in the end had a pretty uncontested look for 2. Gets the points. The Flames are after the timeout. Young. Hillman. Ernst wants it. Mismatch. The double team, though, came from Tapia. Hillman thought about the three, then saw Lockridge sort of half cutting towards the rack. Tapia able to get a hand in there to force it out of bounds. Pretty handy mid-season acquisition for the Sydney Flames to bring in a player of the calibre of Talia Tapia. Beautiful pass from Lockridge. It was weighted superbly to Ernst to hit the two.
No, they're so lucky to have Tapia come in. She's so experienced in the WNBL and she's so switched on. She knows the way that game's meant to be played, how the tempos go, and she's so aggressive and strong. Look at that finish. Nice finish by Tapia.
Gets the two to go and she can head to the line for an extra. Just to the eye as well, you've got Shanice Swain and Talia Tapia as the starting guards. They so often on the court, both of them make it look so easy on the floor at times.
Yeah, they really do, and they play at this tempo that's almost slows you down, and you're like a little bit of asleep, and then all of a sudden they can change the speed like that. So they know the way that they play, and they play it well.
Lockridge hits the triple. Great response at the other end from the young gun. Flyers still holding this handy buffer, a 6-point lead. Morris wants it. Big mismatch on Young with good double team there from Rochi. It allowed Dees, who was 3 for 3. But Hillman at the other end catches and lays it in. Mars Hillman is up to 18 points to go with 7 boards. Responding to every Flames challenge at the moment are the Southside Flyers. Pittman. Will she take on Ernst? She will. Morris tried to keep it alive, but Young was first to the Spalding. And now Lockridge sets and forgets. That is another triple for Dallas Lockridge. Eight-point lead for Southside. Tapia, Dees with speed, feeds Morris, the hook, and the two.
What a nice move by Dees. She's so switched on and smooth with it. She didn't force it up there. She could have, and she just did a little dish underneath.
9.7 rebounds for Dees. Tapia knocked it out of the hands of Ernst. Oh, and it's been deemed off the Flyers. So, important stop here for Sydney. Brancatisano checks back in.
So Morris goes out here. The Flyers should have a massive advantage on the inside and try and utilise that.
Going one-on-one here, the Flyers. What a step from Pittman, but what a block from Ernst. Still 10 on the shot clock. Swain. Oh, fading away. Couldn't get that one to go. That would have been a pretty move, and Brancatisano called for the foul. That's her third.
Flames foul, number 24. Here's a Brancatisano, her third.
54, the Flyers, 48. Sydney, there's the block from Ernst just before the right arm of Brancatisano with some illegal contact.
Yeah, I think Pittman will learn pretty early not to try and take Ernst on in the key there.
Lockridge for 3, hoping for 3 consecutive threes. Couldn't get that one to go. The Flames going real small ball here as Swain. That is beautiful. Shanice Swain up to 13 points, her third triple of the night to go with 4 assists. Much needed triple from Shanice Swain. Timeout called. Looking for a quick win in the kitchen? Latina Fresh Pasta will do the trick. It's easy, Aussie made, and seriously yummy for the whole family. What's not to love? Make dinner a slam dunk with Latina Fresh. Proud sponsors of the WNBL.
Ben, I told you not to talk about food.
Both of us are quite hangry, Tessa. It's dangerous.
I would love some Latina Fresh right now.
There's a look at the Flames leading point scorers. And the guards doing the damage. Swain and Tapia, 13 points apiece, multiple assists as well. And had to step up considering the absence, as you can see on the left of your screen there, of Kayla George and Emma Clark and Celeste Taylor. And the Flyers, Nas Hillman with 18 points and Maddie Rocci with 5. To go with 8 points as well. 8 also for Lockridge, who's found her groove in this third quarter. 8 also for Carly Ernst. So good even contribution from the Flyers, who haven't looked to their bench. They've gone for their starting 5 in this third quarter. Nas Hillman has played every minute of this contest so far. Hillman wants it. Perfect pass. She's up to 20.
That is a classic Christy Harrell play. We used to do that one in Bendigo back in the day. So simple, works so well.
Work the treat off the timeout there. Pittman, Tapia, Swain. 4 on the shot clock, puts it up pretty hurriedly in the end. And Brancatisano steps out of bounds. Good defensive play there from the Flyers. Foul called off the ball. Will be on the Flames, their second team foul of the quarter. Tapia is called for the foul. Their first personal foul. Reminder 3 to Brancatisano of Sydney. No one in foul trouble for the Southside Flyers as that one drops. Hillman has 22. Big night for Nas Hillman. Rocci this time is called for the foul. Puts her hands up and admits it was her bad. That's her second personal foul. 13 foul on the Flyers in this quarter. This game intriguingly poised with just under 3.5 to play in the third. Southside Flyers by 7. Swain trying to get around Young. And then a bad pass by Swain, but Tapia was held. And another foul was called on Southside.
I like what the Flames are doing here. Malloy's clearly got them playing a small ball game, but they know exactly how to play that way. So it's not like they have all these guys out here and they're still playing there, trying to get it on the inside to their posts. So they're getting the ball moving really quickly, getting their guards in on-ball actions as well. I really like that from them.
Morris steps in, Tapia steps out. Swain goes into the paint. Just outside it in the end. Good rebound from Morris to give him a fresh 14 seconds, the Flames. Morris screaming for it. Has the height advantage, can't make the most of it on the first attempt or the second attempt. And Maddie Rocci, unfortunately, had her foot in the line as she grabbed the offensive rebound. The ball might have just bounced out of bounds, rather. Instead, Morris feeds Swain. 7 to shoot. Turns it over. Rocci has Lockridge streaming forward. Ernst was hoping for Hillman, but great read from Dees. She's had an eye-catching performance. Tapia back on the floor. Swain. Tapia, beautiful crossover, the step back. She's a joy to watch.
Oh, so smooth. That's her move, little step back.
And makes it look cinch.
Yeah, I can tell you right now, it's not cinch. She's worked hard at that and she's got it down pat.
Rocci steps back. Oh, she hits it. What a response. It's the trend of this game. The Flyers continue to respond to every Sydney challenge.
The game's starting to open up a little bit as well, so players are getting a little bit fatigued, but that just means that players can play a little bit more.
Rochi's head went back there after some contact from Swain. No whistle. D's to Pyer. Another mid-range two. This time it doesn't drop. Just over 90 seconds remaining in the third quarter. And a big third quarter it's been from the Flyers. Rebound here by Pittman. They're keeping the ball moving, Sydney, as Dees can't hit the three. And Lockridge safely escorts it into the front court. Rochi, Ernst, Rochi, Lockridge. For Hillman, who steps back and hits the triple. She's playing a big game. Swain at the other end, rattles in for two.
At the moment, give the ball to Hillman and give the ball to Swain.
Yeah.
That's all I'd be saying.
Hillman's got 24. Just had a foot in the line before, so it was only the two, apologies. Here is Lockridge. Gets away into the paint. And with the left hand, awesome finish. The Southside Flyers hold a 9-point lead. The Flames can have the final say of the third quarter. 20 points to 15 to date in the third. Swain takes over. Draws the foul with 1.6 on the clock. And this is just the third trip to the free throw line for the Sydney Flames tonight. Mind you, the Flyers themselves have only had 8 free throw attempts, so not a lot of love from the charity stripe tonight.
Yeah, but I feel like there has been a lot of calls.
A lot of whistles.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
It's not in the act of shooting.
Yeah.
Swain hits both, so much needed points for the Flames. Rochi doesn't put up the prayer, so we are intriguingly placed as we turn for home here at the Quaycentre. One quarter to go in the season for the Southside Flyers, and they are in a good position to finish with a second consecutive victory. They lead 64-57 at three-quarter time over the Sydney Flames. Ben Waterworth with you alongside WNBL champ Tessa Lady. Tessa, what an opportunity this is for the Flyers.
Yeah, massive opportunity to go out on a win, and they're playing really well at the moment, taking the opportunities as they come, but some young players are making some really great plays as well from the Sydney Flames. I'm loving seeing that.
So the Flyers didn't use their bench at all during that third quarter, but Manuela Poch steps onto the floor, as does Imogen Rock, to start this fourth quarter. Hillman stays out there, as does Lockridge and Rochi. So Young and Ernst start off, and Rochi begins quarter 4 with a beautiful three-pointer. Her first triple from her 5th attempt of the game. And the Flyers lead by 10 points.
The foul is number 20 by Morris, her third.
Morris is called for the foul. It's her third, and it is all going Southside's way. It's the right hand of Morris coming over the shoulder there of Rochi. You can see the points by quarter, 24-19 in that third quarter in favour of Southside. Rochi has started this 4th term hot, and Guy Malloy calls a timeout as the Flyers take a game-high 12-point lead into this timeout. Maddie Rochi with 5 points to start the 4th quarter. Foot Locker is celebrating 50 years of sneakers. Celebrate 50 years and the current hoop season by grabbing the latest kicks and apparel at your nearest Foot Locker, the official major partner of the WNBL. What do you want to see from the Flames out of this timeout, Tessa? Considering they know their fate, they're guaranteed to finish 4th spot. They're coming off a big loss to Townsville a couple of nights ago. They're undermanned. No George, no Clark, no Taylor. What do you want to see from the Flames here?
That's a good question. What I want to see is just them to play with some intensity.
Yep.
I think at the moment they're playing really flat. They know they're going to be in finals. They've got a quarter here, but they can go into finals playing the right way, and I think that's the most important thing, and feeling good about yourself and the team. So a little bit of reconnection. I think they'll come out a little bit more aggressively. Coach Malloy will really ask for that from his team at the moment.
What can they produce after the timeout called by Guy Malloy? Maddie Rochi up now to 15 points to go with 7 assists and 4 steals for Maddie Rochi. Almost stolen there by Rock as Swain steps back, can't hit it. Rebound for Lockridge. Her first board of the game. Rochi calls for movement. Rock provides it. Hillman. Rochi. Hoping for Hillman. Gets Hillman. 4 to shoot. Will she take on Morris? Steps inside. What a move. What a player. Naz Hillman.
So nice, so smooth.
26 points. Her epic season, finishing with one of her best games of the season. Potch gets a hand in there, knocks it out of bounds. The Flames will have just under 5 seconds to shoot.
4 seconds to shoot.
Crowd is really flat here at the Quaycentre. Morris has to put it up with 2 seconds to shoot. There's a whistle. Was there a whistle just before the shot? There was. No, it was an offensive foul on Yamaya Morris. What a defensive play here from Potch. D's back on the floor. That probably sums up where the Flames are at the moment. Shot clock down to the wire, and Morris puts up the buzzer beater, but in the process gives away an offensive foul. Rock threw it away. Dees picks up the loose ball. 14 points for the Flames to make up. Dees will certainly bring some energy off the bench. Swain lost it. Hillman forcing the turnover. Rochi steps inside and goes outside for Lockridge. Can't get it to go, but Rock with an offensive rebound. Fresh 14 seconds for Southside to work with. Potch can't quite catch. But she comes up with it. Guy Malloy puts out his hands. He's not sure what to do from the sidelines. And another timeout is called. And it is falling apart here for the Flames in this fourth quarter. But full credit to Southside.
Absolutely full credit to Southside. They've come out with a lot of energy, and it started with Rochi. The leadership she's shown in this first little 5 minutes of the fourth has been incredible.
Naz Hillman playing another terrific game tonight. 26 points to go with 7 rebounds. Sitting second on the points per game table. Shanice Swain just behind with the 17 points per game. She has 17 tonight as well. She's put up 19 attempts tonight from the field, and she's going at 31% from the field. What can the Flames produce? It has been a dominant quarter from the Flames. 9-zip. Sydney haven't scored so far in the fourth. Who can spark them?
What I'd love to see from the Flames out of this timeout is someone being really aggressive.
Yep.
Try to get on the rack, try and call foul, trying to get to that free throw line. That'll get the points started ticking over, and then not so much pressure on themselves to make that big shot. Just make it simple.
So Morris has 4 fouls, and she has stepped out of the game. So again, the Flames playing small ball here. Pittman, Brancatisano, Dees, all having a touch here. Pittman for Brancatisano. Good look for 3. Can't get it to go. Fresh 14 though for the Flames. Swain just regains control. Has Rochi for company. Kicks it out for Tapia, who has to hit. Can't hit. Good rebound, Potch. Board number 3 for Manuela Potch. Guarded here by Brancatisano. Lockridge. Inside for Hillman. Doesn't get the lucky roll. And the rebound here for the Flames. Crowd trying to find their voice, supporting their finals-bound team. Rock was up high there on the D's lay-in attempt. Potch in hot three-point shooting form. So maybe a slight moz. She misses everything.
The wind in the stadium.
Yes, of course.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll
Yep.
blame that.
Yep. I'd love to see here from Sydney. You saw before on that play, Dee sort of just went up for the layup, but you could tell the whole time she was going to try and make a score.
Yep.
But no one came in to help rebound or anything. It was just Flyers players there. So that's all about effort and want and competitiveness. So I'd just love to see that for the last 5 minutes here.
Foul is called.
Southside foul.
First team foul on the Flyers. Rock call for the foul as Brancatisano was putting up the shot. Brancatisano will head to the line. 4 of 5 on the season from the charity stripe is a Brancatisano. Just hasn't quite been her night tonight. 2 points, 0 of 5 from three-point territory. Gets the lucky roll. That's the Flyers, the Flames rather, first points of the quarter. Lockridge trying to feed Hillman. Couldn't quite. It's gone out of bounds. It's deemed off the hands of the Flames.
Get a stop, Sydney, where you at?
5.5 left to play in the fourth. Hillman with aggression. Oh, that is a wonderful move. What a way to notch a season-high 28 points for Naz Hillman.
She's just playing so well, and she's been so versatile. Some of her points have come from inside, some from the three, and that was off a rip drive.
Nice pick and roll there. Brancatosano and Pittman, who did all the hard work. And too much heat off the glass. Lockridge draws the foul. It was Brancatosano called for her 4th personal foul. Still just over 5 minutes left to play. This is Dallas Lockridge, who's an 88% free throw shooter. She's today hit 10 or more points for the 12th time this season. She can be real proud of her 3rd WNBL season with the Flyers.
Absolutely she can. She's been really consistent for them this year.
And then she gets the steal as if on cue. The floor wipers weren't even off the floor. Had to quickly retreat back so Lockridge could lay it in for 2. And it's a game-high 21-point lead for Southside. Brancatosano finds Pittman, but Pittman can't find the bottom of the net.
Flames need to try and create a little bit of chaos here. Get up and in on defense.
Foul called on Dees this time. 4th team foul on Sydney this quarter. Caitlin Martland steps in for the first time today for the Flames. Young, interesting right-hand attempt. Didn't hit the ring, so still, oh, it must have just hit the ring. Shot clock resets. Rochi can't connect. And Catasano with the rebound. Here is Caitlin Martin getting some minutes for the Sydney Flames. Brancatosano in her favourite spot. And great fight from Dee. She's been awesome off the offensive glass. 5 offensive rebounds for Dees tonight. Brancatosano finally hits the triple.
Love that from Izza. It hasn't been her night tonight, but she is a true shooter. She gets to her spot and she makes it go down.
1 of 6 from the 3-point line tonight. Potch misses the 2. As Tapia is called for the offensive foul. I think. Yes, it is. Offensive foul on Swain. Morris will check back in. Here's a look on replay. Well played, Nikita Young. Played some good minutes for the Southside Flyers tonight.
Yeah, she's done really well tonight. She's come in, been aggressive on the offensive end, and then made that big play on Swain just now.
Played 30 minutes tonight. Previous best was 50, previous most rather was 15. Hillman backing down on Morris and is blocked by Morris. And the Flames force the turnover. 3rd block tonight for Yamaya Morris. Can they capitalise at the other end? Martin gets the screen from Morris. Pick and roll action. Whistle. Flyers foul is called. Potch is called for the foul. Just over 3 minutes remaining, and a timeout is called here at the Quaycentre with the Southside Flyers holding a 79-61 lead over the Sydney Flames. So they were through everything last weekend at the Caps to get themselves into the top 4 to cement their spot in finals for the 2025 season. But touched up by the Townsville Fire on Wednesday night with the Flames, and they trail by 18 points at the dying stages of this one. And then they'll face a tough task against the Bendigo Spirit.
You know what? I think they will. You know, it will be a tough task, but anything can happen in finals. It's a totally different ball game. Bendigo Spirit, they had their loss today against the Cats, so yeah, anything can happen. I think the Flames, just for the last 3 minutes of this game, just need to focus on the simple things. So making sure you get the right shots, defensively trying to get up and in. They need to speed the game up a little bit too, so even trying to get some fast break points, get their transition game going, because at the moment, Southside Flyers have 19 fast break points and Sydney Flames have 4. So the speed on the game in the half court is not there, and I think they have the calibre of players to actually play quite fast. Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see what they can do in the next 3 minutes for that.
Adding turnovers to 13 as well in favour of the Sydney Flames. Swain can't connect. Morris can't get the rebound cleanly either, but still 14 on the shot clock for the Sydney Flames. From a Flyers perspective, what a way to finish what's been a tough season. 2 consecutive victories for them. I'll give Christy Harrower a bit of confidence heading into the off-season. They'll put on Rochi.
Yeah, I think the Flyers will be really happy with this game and how they finished out their season, and just shows that Christy is a really great coach and she can get the team playing a really great game, great style of basketball. So yeah, I think they'll be happy with tonight.
Oh, lovely move there from Morris and Dees, the 1-2, and Bonnie Dees hits double figures. 11 points for her. Young. Burrows on the floor as well. This is Paige Burrows with 1 to shoot. Hillman hits the ring, and Ernst gets the offensive rebound. Just the 4th game of the season for Paige Burrows in terms of getting minutes. Hillman has to put up the prayer, and the 3-pointer doesn't drop for her. Martin getting some handy minutes here for the Flames. Morris. Swain with 6 to shoot. Oh, from the car park. You have got to be kidding me.
Oh my God, that was so casual too. She's like, yeah, I guess I'll shoot it now. Like, she's so talented.
That's just nuts from Shanice Swain. She's got 20 points, 4 of 13 from the 3-point line. This was so casual. Yeah, I'll just put it up in the car park. Yeah, thanks for coming.
Yeah.
What a star. So she hits 20 points tonight, Shanice Swain. Maddie Rochi, in the meantime, at the free throw line. WNBL campaign for 2025 about to come to an end. Averaged 13 points per game this season. Played 20 of the 21 matches for the Flyers. Ending her 8th season in the league and 4th with Southside. Nice 1-2 there. Morrison Martin doesn't quite come off though. It's Young. Steals it, and another turnover. Rochi. Young. Ernst fading away. Can't get that one to drop. One of the final 60 seconds here. Swain. Beautiful moves. Can't get the mid-range 2 to drop though.
Been really impressed with Rochi and her leadership tonight. I think she set the tone right from the start, and particularly at the start of this quarter here when it was a little bit not sure, the game could have gone either way, and she really stood up, a couple of good defensive moves, and she shot those 2 massive threes as well.
Hillman, with that 2, is up to 30 points. Almighty game from her. Swain knocked it right off the hand, couldn't get it to go. Morris is fouled and will head to the free throw line. So Hillman called for the foul, but with the only blemish in her game tonight, 30 points, 13 of 22 from the field to go with 9 rebounds. Big game from her. Morris is 66% free throw shooter on the season. And she's got the double-double tonight. 11 points and 11 rebounds. Also Bonnie Dees, big shining light for Sydney tonight. 11 points and 10 rebounds. Her first WNBL double-double as well.
That's so impressive from a young star like her. Just coming in, first start. Would have probably been really nervous too, but got a double-double for her efforts.
Only 18 years of age, Bonnie Dees. So exciting. Tapia steps through. That's an interesting attempt. With 7 seconds left on the shot clock. On the game clock, rather. Guy Malloy's 350th WNBL game as coach. Not going to script. It's the Southside Flyers who finish a tough season on a high with 2 consecutive wins. The Southside Flyers beat the Flames 83-67. The Flyers' season ends on a high, and the Flames' attention now turns to the Bendigo Spirit and the WNBL Finals campaign. But what
Stat sheet, it's her leadership and her competitiveness.
big game from Maddie Rocci to cap off her season. The Southside Flyers ending their campaign with a 6th win. We have it, 17 points, 9 assists, 5 rebounds, 4 steals for Maddie Rocci, perfect from the charity stripe as well. The end of this game, the end of the 3rd last game of the regular season. We still have 2 more games to go in the regular season. It all comes down to Perth and Townsville tomorrow, which we're thoroughly looking forward to. You tune into that. That's the end of us here from the Quaycentre. On behalf of Tessa Levy and our entire hardworking team behind the scenes, this is Ben Waterworth signing off from the Harbour City, where the Flyers capped off a tough 2025 campaign with a 2nd consecutive win. And the Flames' focus now turns to finals. Good night.
Driving baseline. What a dive!
Wickham. How sweet was that? Step back three.
Wow.
Ella George. She's got a flamethrower at the moment.
Shelley with a big triple.
It was acrobatic. It was impressive. It was Steph Talbot.
Jade Bell with the lefty lay-in. Capitals continue to roll. Perth have been unconscious from three. Alice Koenig connects.
She's pumped up and so she should be.